Hello and welcome to 60 Second Retro Gamer. Today we are talking about Goldeneye 007 for the N64. I've become William Shatner.
My God, Spock.
Goldeneye.
Just had to throw that in to get back into the movie.
You've it's you've got to sing that about.
Even though you haven't.
Even though you
said
don't
it already once and you haven't sung it.
Yeah, well I've started again, haven't I?
Yeah, they don't know that. You haven't started what again?
I've started the podcast again.
They don't know that.
But they know now. I've said it now.
Don't tell them these things.
I started recording it. I stopped, and we started again.
Because he was beckoned.
Yes, I was beckoned. Goldeneye possibly kick-started the interest in first-person shooters.
Yes.
Back in 1997.
Because it was ace.
It was ace at the time. Maybe not so much now. It's suffered a little bit. Graphically speaking, gameplay-wise, I think it's still solid.
Graphically, it has.
Get yourself.
I'm using this in another review, but I'm gonna say it because it's far more appropriate here. It's aged like Roger Moore. Not well.
Not particularly.
No.
Well. Talking of Roger Moore, I've just bought his autobiography on Kindle. It was only £1.
Bloody hell! The last few pages just. Why I hate A View to a Kill.
I think the last few pages are all his charity work, to be honest, but I haven't read it yet, so I can't comment. So yeah, Goldeneye. It was released in 1997. It's a rare occurrence of a tie-in game being good.
Yeah.
Good, not just good.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Obviously, it's going to be good because it's developed by Rare,
Of course.
Who went on to great acclaim and are now in Microsoft's back pocket.
Although apparently Kinect Sports is very good.
Yes, I'm not debating any of the quality of their work. They've always impressed me.
Apart from
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark 0.
The
The launch game on the 360.
I have no opinion one way or the other because I've never played it. Anyway, we're here to discuss Goldeneye.
No.
So the game was released 2 years after the film. Yep, 97 it came out. The film was 95.
Shit, yeah, it was.
So they didn't rush the game, which probably helped. And it's released exclusively on the N64, which is quite interesting. I think it's such a good game. I think I've got 2 copies.
No,
Go figure.
Just in case one dies.
Well, no, just because for some reason we've got 2 copies.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why we've got 2 copies, but we have. So the game is a first-person shooter. It sort of basically follows the plot of the film. It takes a few liberties here and there for artistic purposes to make the game actually worth playing.
Well, most.
But for the most part, the levels are sort of centred around the locations in the film. So you've got the dam, the library. You've got the
tank mission.
The tank mission. This, that, and the other, and
the Sky Cradle.
The Sky Cradle, ultimately facing off against
Arik Travarian.
A very strange interpretation of Sean Bean. So,
is there any other kind? Even he has a strange interpretation of himself.
Sean Bean. Oh,
what a sharp lad.
So it's also a key game in the fact that it has a 4-way split-screen multiplayer mode, which
lovely shit.
People spent hours whiling away back in the day.
I myself participated in many a Goldeneye deathmatch.
And me.
And it's
better than the world is not enough multiplayer.
Yeah, and then I think towards the end of the game as well, I can't remember if this was an actual part of the game itself, because I never really finished the game myself, but there's stuff with a golden gun at the end.
I think there's bonus missions you
Is
can
that like
unlock
a
if you
bonus
do
mission?
it on 00 difficulty.
Yeah, but let's have
They
a look
seem
on
to
Wikipedia.
favour that with Bond games because there's trophies on the new Bloodstone game for if you complete it on 00 difficulty as well.
Yeah, I mean, what I really like as well is the fact you've got all these characters that are from the film, and they've all got all these like 2D faces pasted onto a 3D model, and it's like, yeah, not so good.
Yeah, but at least they tried. They put the effort in and put them on there, which is more than what can be said for things like
it's like a
Tomorrow
proper
Never
time.
Dies and Mission Impossible and I don't know. whatever.
It's an interesting game engine as well, because I don't think Rare did any of the actual 007 sequels after that, because there's Tomorrow Never Dies and World Is Not Enough, and Rare weren't involved in either of those. That was Black Ops.
I think they did this, then they did Perfect Dark, and then
Yeah.
they went in Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
So they then went into platforming games and
Yeah.
didn't really look back.
So,
Banjo-Kazooie was ace.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think Rare have really done anything hideously bad.
No, I think Nuts and Bolts wasn't particularly well received on the 360.
No.
No, that was awful, I'm afraid to say, but there you go.
But,
Can't get it right every time.
But this, I think, was probably the start of their
golden era.
Yeah.
Ascension.
But yeah, it's following the plot of the film. You've got characters like Boris Schrager
I am invincible!
with his strange
No,
face.
you're not.
Alan Cumming.
You've got
I was waiting for it. Go on, say it. Say it.
Fucking batty cunt.
There it is. So not quite what I was expecting, but okay.
anyway. Yeah, we should
I'm
just
done.
leave
Carry
that. Obviously, Sean Bean's face, Pierce Brosnan's face for a bit, and
not the actual body, just the face
yeah.
appears. Sean Bean. Can you imagine that? Just Sean Bean's face appearing in front of you.
I'd rather not.
What? Nothing else. Just
Really, rather not.
he has
Imagine
the
that.
power of doing that, touching his face.
It's typical first-person shooter territory, or as we now know it. You sort of run through, you get an array of different weapons from the Walther PPK to AK-47s and various other number of weapons.
And sniper rifle as well.
Sniper rifle.
Golden gun in the deathmatch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sniper rifle is lovely.
As you
And
mention.
yeah, it's essentially what I love with the AI in the game as well is like sometimes the guards they sidestep
Yeah.
to sort of avoid being shot, and then 9 times out of 10 if you do shoot a guard you either shoot him in the face or in the crotch.
Yeah.
It's
It's
almost
Very,
unavoidable.
very little body contact.
yeah, it's not very much. I mean, sometimes as well, what you can do is 2 shots to the groin, they're dead.
Yeah.
So headshot.
It's enough to floor any man.
Yeah, it's enough to floor any man after 1
2
shot.
bullets to the
But-
crotch.
What I quite like as well is sometimes you can pinpoint shoot them in an arm or a leg or something, and if you shoot them in the leg they hop around for a bit, shoot them again and then they die. So they don't die straight away, they actually react to being shot on a different limb, so that's
It's a novel touch.
yeah, I like the programming in that respect. The levels aren't overly complicated, and there's more to do if you go on the higher difficulty settings. There's more tasks for you to do, but if you do it on like basic agent level, it's like basically jump off the dam. I think that's pretty much the only task you've got. And there's a wide variety of different guards for you to shoot and kill. They pop up out of nowhere sometimes, and you get a selection of mines and. Is there anything else? Is there like a time delay detonators or something as well?
Yeah, I think you get to use the laser watch as well.
Yeah, laser watch. Yeah, because there's the bit in the film
In the
where you
train.
in the train, and you've got to use the laser watch to escape. And
Or it is blown up.
yes, and yeah, there isn't really much more I can really think to say about it. To be honest, it sticks quite closely to the film, and it's great fun to play. It feels quite solid. It feels quite meaty.
I think the only criticism they had of it was the fact that the N64 pad wasn't the most brilliant thing to be able to control the game.
No,
on.
this is true.
Um,
There we go. Aztec Complex, partially based on the Moonraker film, and is unlocked when the player completes all 18 missions on Secret Agent. They're sent to to investigate the
Why would
Drax
you base
Corporation.
anything on Moonraker?
And then there's Egyptian Temple, which is bits of the Golden Man with the Golden Gun, Spy Love Me, and Live and Let Die. And it is available for all people who've completed all 19 missions on 00 Agent difficulty. So, and there's Baron Sandy shows up as well in possession of Scaramanga's Golden Gun.
Huh.
And you have to kill Baron Sandy, but as we all know, you can never kill Baron Sandy. He just carries on regardless.
yeah.
But it's a really really sort of fun little game, especially if you do the whole multiplayer thing, because I mean I think it was the game really that sort of pioneered the whole process of like having like 4-player split screen death matches and all of that, and it hadn't really been utilised up until that point, and then Goldeneye came out and everyone played it, and it was such a good game that they actually bundled it with the N64 itself. So it's very typical of what you can do with the N64. But I mean, the deathmatch was fun as well because you could also play as a number of classic Bond villains, including Oddjob. From what I recall, I haven't played the multiplayer in a really, really long time, but Oddjob was usually everyone's favourite multiplayer character because he was smaller and harder to shoot. And I think he also had the his bowler hat as a weapon.
Possibly.
Or
It'd
maybe
be really
mixing
weird
it
if
up.
you could play as Knick-Knack.
Yeah,
That would be almost cruel.
that would be horrible.
You shot a midget in the face. You bastard.
So,
The multiplayer modes include like a normal free-for-all deathmatch, and the rest of them are all based on. They're all named after Bond films. So you got You Only Live Twice, which is players only have 2 lives before they're eliminated. The Living Daylights, which is game of tag. A player cannot use weapons while holding the flag, although it's still possible to slap.
Yeah.
So, Bond slap. But can still collect them to keep opponents from stocking ammunition. There's the Man with the Golden Gun, which is obviously there's a golden gun on the map, and if you get it, it's one-shot kill. And finally, License to Kill, which is all attacks, including slapping, will kill opponents in 1 hit. This mode cannot be played in teams, unlike the other scenarios. So, a nice bit of variation on that. And as I say, I think everyone was playing the multiplayer mode back in the day.
I think so.
Because obviously we didn't have the internet then, and the N64 didn't really cope with that.
I think if you mention to anyone GoldenEye and the N64, they will instantly say multiplayer straight away.
Yeah.
They won't even bother with the single player. I mean, even
The single player was good though. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, I never owned it, but I always used to go around my mates and play the multiplayer.
The deathmatch, yeah.
I never ever played the single player account. I saw bits of it, but I think I tried to play the tank level, and I remember it being very difficult.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think the tank level's still all in first person mode, isn't it? So,
Yeah, you.
by the time they got around to the Wii version, which we'll be reviewing next on our big list of Bond games, it's actually third person, so you sat outside of the tank. You're in it and you're driving it like you would in a driving game.
Ah,
So, but we'll talk about that in the next one.
lovely shit.
So obviously the first person limitates. I pressed the button.
On the
That was
right.
interesting. I don't know what I did there. Best not do that again. But there's obviously limitations in the first person format in that, if you do a tank level, and obviously the N64 couldn't cope with it probably as well, but if you do a tank level you have to stay in first person mode, which in a way does sort of leave you in the shoes of Bond.
Yeah.
Bond! So that's World Is Not Enough, isn't it?
Yeah, we never actually did that in the world. Is that enough?
No.
That's too late.
Oh,
Should
we've done
do
it now. We've done it now.
Too late. Yeah.
And it's I still think it holds up pretty well. Graphically speaking, maybe not so much, but within that you've got a really solid game engine, and with a bit of a spit and polish, it would still hold up.
Yeah,
against,
I'd like to see. I know they won't because I think
They've done the
Nintendo
demo
are
Craig
extremely hesitant to let it happen, but because Rare are now owned by Microsoft, I'd like to see. As I say, I don't think it will ever happen, but they should do GoldenEye HD, much like they did Perfect Dark.
Yeah, and do like a remake
and
of
put
it.
it on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Can we
No.
have it on PS3 as well, please, for those of us who don't
No,
own it?
because
Oh!
Microsoft own Rare,
I don't care.
It's not going to
I
happen.
want one.
so.
But
I can't see it happening, but
it'd be nice.
That would
It
make
would be nice.
absolute mint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of people would buy it.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else that I can think of. There isn't really anything beyond talking about the story, and my favourite moment from the game is where you drop into the dam facility in the first couple of levels, and the guy's sat in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rather than just dropping down behind his newspaper, you just shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
From your vantage point.
Why
And
not?
there's other guards just lurking in the toilets. They don't emerge when you shoot the other guy. They don't sort of
Well,
react
you are
to you.
using a silenced pistol.
Well,
so-
yeah, this is true. But you think they'd hear a guy go and
Well,
realise
if
that...
you're in the toilet,
Well, yeah,
you'd probably think they're having a massive shit.
this is true. This is true. I'm probably over...
Are
You're
you
already
alright in that?
thinking it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bit of blood.
Stands a good chance. Anyway, anything you guys want to add? Or...
Apart from the fact that it's one of those rare occasions where I'd say
Rare.
Unintentional pun.
Yeah, rare occasions, yes.
Where the tie-in is almost as good as the film, which the film was brilliant. So,
It was indeed. It was indeed.
God bless it.
I'd rather not.
I would. It was.
You would.
It's one of Brosnan's best, and it had a lovely game to. Much like The World Is Not Enough, it's two of my favourite Brosnan films, and they were
Two of your
complemented-
favourite Bond games.
Yes, and they complemented them quite nicely with games.
Ah.
Although Tomorrow Never Dies is one of my favourite Brosnan ones, but unfortunately the game time was
Awful.
pants
Yeah.
for that one, so never mind.
Hey ho. Right, well, that pretty much wraps things up here. If you have any questions, comments, or queries, send them to info@randomstoke.com, and
Please, we don't get many.
we will get back to you as quickly as we can. Probably the same day, quite frankly. I'm furiously checking my emails every hour.
We have nothing better to do.
On repeat, pretty much. It's not every hour, it's not that bad. So drop us an email to that address. We'll respond to anything you send through to us, unless it's a virus, in which case we won't.
No, if it's pornographic images,
Forward them to me.
I'll forward it to Rich.
forward them
Yeah.
to Rich.
Yeah. So thank you for listening if you have been, and we will see you next time. Goodbye for now.